Karmelo Anthony's family in big trouble after first-degree murder incident and now losing all funds and facing fraud. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we?
Like I said, take a look at what happened. We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our citizens, we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. What's going on, family? Hallelujah! It's the weekend. Hope y'all enjoying yourself, spending some time with the loved ones, taking some time out for yourself on this beautiful weekend, man. God bless you all and your family. I hope everybody that is tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy. We got some huge updates, breaking news. We're staying on this Karmelo Anthony case. And again, I'm in contact with many other creators and other channels that y'all love. We're all in contact, and it's just been nothing but good vibes, good energy. And I love being, and hearing from like-minded people, man. And we all know what this is and how it's played out to be. You just can't make this up. And I read a comment last night on one of the videos that went viral, and I'm gonna just read it out for y'all, man, because this what keeps me going. Even the hateful, disgraceful comments. But Mariah Chris says, "Rick, you are a sellout, a racist. When are you going to get it through your head that you are a black man?" Shout out to Mariah Chris 0136. They call me racist because I say all lives matter, because I say one love to the human race. They call me racist because I say all lives matter, because I call out right from wrong. This was right from wrong. Because I call out common sense, because I speak truth, and truth hurts feelings. The BLM scam, the black community, a disgrace. We hate accountability. We could be dead wrong and we still don't want to admit to it. We could be caught drunk driving 100 miles per hour with the bottle in the passenger seat, drinking and driving, but we still want to argue with law enforcement. We don't want to comply. We don't want to show our ID. We want to be the big bad tough guy. We're in the right. I know my rights, but I was the one on the freeway drinking and driving 100 miles per hour, could kill somebody, but I'm in the right. This person, authority, law enforcement is in the wrong. That's how people, and then they wake up, it's the white man's fault. Mm-hmm. I can't get to work on time, white man's fault. I got fired from my job because I can't get to work on time, it's the white man's fault. I can't lose weight, but I just picked up, a triple cheeseburger, not a double, a triple, with extra condiments, chili cheese fries, and I had a shake with it. And I can't lose weight. It's the white man's fault. I think the white man made the shake, and he cooked and he made the beef patties. It's always the white man's fault, A disgrace. And you know how I know? Because I got people in my family that think just like this. They block their blessings, their opportunities. They don't ever want to level up and move on in their career, and they continue to blame the white man, white supremacy.
Yep. White people always get blamed.
It's always the white people's fault for some reason. And that's the one side mind that we have. And the hatred, the racism that we have in this country. The BLM scam, the financial report came back. Yeah. BLM only shows up when this happens, Not when that young mother on the way home to her kids who got brutally murdered and raped, they didn't show up then. Or when that young girl that got killed, they don't show up then.
No.
But it's self-defense. He's a celebrity. Mm-hmm. Let's donate $500,000 to a murderer, a killer. Here we are.
Hulu.
So we got some breaking updates on this, man.
But I seen this clip of Officer Tatum, and huge shout out to my brother Brandon. I want y'all to hear this clip real quick as we get into today's show. And it's not looking good. He declined a plea deal. You know, now the family wants $1.4 million after raising over $500,000
and blow it on their own personal gain.
And then again, half of the money that was raised, you've seen what people are saying in the comment section. It got so bad, the fundraiser had to disable the comment section because it was nothing but racism, hatred, derogatory. I mean, you just can't make this up. We know that this was racially motivated. The young man could have went out and killed any white person. You know, and that's why millions are saying hate crime. You know, but I know that young man is probably thinking to himself, because again, I was just his age. I'm 25. I was just a star track athlete, a football star, not long ago. I was just running at the track meet, so I was just in the shoes. And you know, in my early stages in school, I made mistakes. We all do. It's life. I hit a young man in the bathroom so hard, his nose started bleeding. I thought I was done. I thought I was going to jail. I kid y'all not. I tell this story a lot, but I'm serious, man. So I know this young man is having those thoughts like, man, maybe I shouldn't have bought a knife to school property. And I see some of the comments saying maybe he is a good young man and just made a bad mistake, a bad decision, you know. Sometimes it comes back down to the parents in the household. You know, and that's why I tell our parents, keep being amazing leaders and mentors right from wrong. Check on your kids. Check on their mental health. You never know what they're going through. You know, teach them. Be more strict on them if you had to. Like I said, we got hit upside the head. I'm not telling you to abuse your kids. We got hit upside the head. Why y'all? Talk back if you want them. No, don't want to do the dishes if you want them. I just worked a 12, 15-hour shift, and you about to straighten up. You better not talk back to your mama. Why y'all? Hit upside the head. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not telling y'all to do that though. But hey, I have amazing parents. Rest in peace to my dad. He died very, young, 57 years old, on the way to work. He died on the way to work. Take care of y'allself. He had a heart attack on the way to work. Take care of y'allself, man. I can't preach that enough. Continue to be amazing people, amazing parents, amazing leaders, amazing mentors, and take care of y'allself, man. Please, I love y'all. But a lot of these cases we're seeing, but it's not always the parents though. Again, your kids, your son, your daughter's gonna make the wrong decision sometimes. They're gonna go down the wrong path. And I know you tried your hardest. Trust me, I know. There's a lot of parents I've talked to, even in my comment section, that have said the exact same things. I tried everything I could. And some went the right way, some didn't. My daughter did the right thing. My son went completely opposite. I get that, But, and I know this position is really hard for the parents to come out and just say, we were wrong. My son was wrong. And have sympathy for the loss of life, have sympathy for the Metcalf family.
They don't want
and it's justice for the Metcalf family. Rest in peace. We send our prayers, love, and condolences to the Metcalf family. To see this family attacked, people have no sympathy, and if it was actually self-defense, we would have known it was self-defense, I promise you. They would have released this, that. The school district running a complete scam for emails. They won't really. They release it to they let some reporters and some of the chief view the footage, and you see what they said about the footage. How there's no way this could be self-defense, no physical altercation. So they won't release it to the public, And now the family wants $1.4 million. They want you to donate to them, you guys. Donate to a killer, a murderer, a young man that took another young man's life. Bought a knife to a school property.
Yep.
And, attempted to use it. And now it's self-defense. I tell you. But I want y'all to check this clip out. Let's get into this right here.
Fulfilled. So it takes in this situation. But responsibility is responsibility is responsibility. Accountability is accountability is accountability. You brought a knife, you stabbed somebody in the heart, that kid will never see life again on earth. He will never come back. His twin brother will miss him for the rest of his life. No matter how much you cry, no matter how much you weep, no matter how much you pray, he ain't ever coming back. You'll never see his face. You'll never be able to hold him, hug him, talk to him, nothing. Parents lost a son because you decided that you're going to let you brought the knife anyway. So you decided you a gangbanger, thug, a gangster or somebody, and you're going to stab a person who say something to you and think you got claims of self-defense. So I feel bad that this happened, but I do not feel bad of the consequences that will come.
Yes.
And his family knew that he was guilty. They knew he was guilty. The lawyers knew he was guilty.
Yep.
The activists knew he was guilty. They should have never went through all of this knowing that boy is guilty. All you had to do was take your son and say, son, what happened? Tell me. I'm your daddy. What happened, bro? Did they punch you? Were you squabbing or what happened? You got to tell me the truth or you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. I need to know. Daddy, I got mad, man. I just had that knife in my pocket. I shouldn't have had the knife. I was mad, man. They was talking noise to me, man. I got mad. They were trying to punk me in front of everybody. And homeboy put his hands on me. He tried to go at me and I stabbed him. All right. I get it. Now we got to find something to do because you ain't going to win in court. You're going to prison. So we need to be focused on a plea deal. Take responsibility. Let's show remorse in the media. We got to try to get you out of this. You my baby boy. I can't have you I can't never see you again. You messed up. You got to pay the consequences. But we got to get out here and do what's right. Let's show remorse to the family. I was wrong. It was a heat of passion. That's what you say. And therefore, you're not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to defend your son, and you know he's finna go to jail.
Like I tell you, it's a small percent. I put this in yesterday's video. It's a small percent that will actually come out like that. A small percent. Especially in the black community. We hate accountability. We hate confessing to what's right. We hate being wrong. We hate hearing the truth. You know, we're the most triggered. We want to argue. We want to cuss everybody out. We want to be the big dog. It's a small percent that'll actually come out. What he just said. And Officer Tatum hit it right on the point.
It's insane to me. That's why they broke. They wasted all that money trying to do propaganda, paying that nut job to represent him. I bet he was taking a lot of money to represent them. Or he's going to get it on the back end. GoFundMe's. You're going to put this boy through a trial instead of taking a plea deal. Instead of asking for a plea deal. Showing remorse. Telling you were wrong. It was a heat of passion. Problems at home. Going through mental illness. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get. All right, let's go through some of these clips real quick.
The Collin County District Attorney's Office
Story is heard.
Yeah,
the
Mike Howard.
prosecution will not be able
All right,
to
Mike.
rule out the
Mike
reasoning
getting paid.
that
More.
I've
They
sent
say Mike was charging $400, $500 an hour. And the retainer fee by $10,000, $30,000.
Let me reiterate this. And you're innocent until proven guilty in the court of law.
Yeah.
However, disproportionality of defense is clearly on the table as well. Even if the guy pushed you, even if he punched you pulled a knife out and stabbed him in the chest. That's disproportionate force. I mean, they would have to be pummeling him for him to say, okay, I fear serious bodily injury or death. Not just because boys square up to fight and you scared that you're gonna lose the fight, so you stab a dude in the chest. Even if dudes posture up like they're gonna fight you, you still can't use deadly force against somebody. Because a knife is no different than a gun when it comes to deadly force.
Deadly force.
Somebody's talking.
Some people still, some of them still don't, they probably still don't know that. Oh, it was just a knife. Oh. I tell you.
Metcalf threatening, as claimed, Karmelo Anthony, but it's Austin Metcalf and his also sizable brother and other members of the football team, and so you have a deadly force threat embodied in disparity of numbers. The force being threatened against Karmelo Anthony in this hypothetical is not just the force that can be brought to bear.
And this is where the controversy starts. This is where the family is appearing to be desperate for money, and some people who once supported them is beginning to feel turned off. Let's go to clip 5. This is a picture of the indictment, I believe. Let's go to the tweets clip 6 of suspicious tweets or suspicious spending from the family. Clip 6, the tweet post. Okay, here it goes. This is the tweet. It says Karmelo Anthony submitted an indignant packet, which is what the last clip was, I think. Indignant packet to the Collins County requesting court appointed legal representation as an indignant, which means financially destitute defendant. However, just 24 hours ago, the Anthony family updated that their Give Send Go campaign to reflect a need to raise an additional $1.4 million for a legal fund, which is really $1.3 million. Karmelo Anthony's mother, who managed the Give Send Go, stated on April the 17th, 2 months ago, that they had just gained access to the funds at that time.
Yeah, so I showed y'all this in the last video.
And go from there. Because you're going to lose anyway. Why spend $1 million on an attorney just to lose when you can get a free court-appointed one? And then, therefore, you take all that Give, Send, Go money, all that GoFundMe money, or whatever the case may be, where they got the money from. You take that, invest that money, buy this, buy that, set this up, put a trust in place. You know, get an LLC started, get a nonprofit started, doing all this stuff in the background so you can continue to ride the wave of your son's sentencing and everything else that's going to come with what Karmelo Anthony's going to go through. Because I don't think that there's a legitimate reason for them to raise $1.3 million when they raised $500,000 for nothing.
Nothing.
Attorney that Karmelo Anthony has been indicted. So
I want to jump into this right here on the quartering. Which is nice.
25 years in the custody of the Commissioner of the Department of Corrections.
Have you got the right case? I don't want to do 125. I don't want to do 1. I don't even want to do 100. I can't.
What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and a lot to update you on in terms of the Karmelo Anthony case, including some possible fraud, not just with his GoFundMe or his Give Send Go, but the judge. Some new paperwork has leaked to show that he told the judge that they're broke, except they have $700,000. It's very curious. Also, a tribute video released by Austin Metcalf's ex-girlfriend, and Austin's dad has reacted to the update. So lots to talk about today. Thanks for always leaving a like on the video and sharing these out. A beautiful tribute to Austin Metcalf's life. Austin's girlfriend Tatum posted a sweet video in honor to him. Quote, "I would give anything for one more goodnight memo from you. Hear his voice, see his face, say his name. My love for you will always remain, Austin Matthew Metcalf." And she posted this.
Good night, Tatum. Sleep well. See you tomorrow. Good night, Tate. Sleep good. See you sometime. All right. Good night. Good night. Hey, I'm like exhausted, so I'm just.
I don't know if I can play it.
That's
with
all I
the
was
music,
gonna say. Yeah, the
but
music. Yeah.
Just a montage of
Music. Now, y'all, we got an update on the music, man. The music, these companies, they are hitting us hard, man. They're with strikes, and now UMG is trying to take. It's crazy, man, and it's getting worse. They're gonna be shutting down a lot of people. And shout out to everybody that sent me that from my boy Cliff Beats. That's been on top of that. And that's one reason why a lot of people, stop making reaction videos. They stop making music reactions and reacting to music on this, and that. Because some of these labels are just taking down people's channels, man. It is bad. It's not just a copyright claim or, messing with the video. They're messing with people's channels, man. And this is why so many of us are now scared to play any kind of music or anything in these videos. It's real.
them hanging out and dancing and, sports and, all this kind of stuff. And again, Karmelo Anthony was formally indicted, meaning he is now facing up to life in prison, or 99 years of life in prison. They did not reduce his charges. Now the father has spoken out. The father of slain teen Austin Metcalf has broken his silence on his son's alleged, of basically Karmelo Anthony's indictment to share a heartbreaking statement. Karmelo Anthony, the teen who admitted to taking Austin Metcalf's life, was indicted on first-degree charge on Tuesday. We all know that. Austin passed away in his brother's arms after the then 17-year-old Anthony attacked him in the bleachers of their school stadium. Absolutely bonkers. That means Karmelo Anthony will stay, out of jail playing video games for a full year before ever has to even stand trial. Frisco, Texas police have said that the incident stemmed from Metcalf asking Anthony to leave his team tent since he didn't go to the same school. The indictment comes weeks after the local district attorney presenting evidence to the grand jury, asking jurors to uphold the first-degree charge local cops originally brought against him. With that indictment, the case now moves formally into the court system. We know that this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis said in a press release Tuesday. Now, we all know about that. But how about some more, Sarah Fields is doing excellent work researching this, and she brought up some new paperwork. Breaking news, Karmelo Anthony submitted an indigent packet to the Collin County Court, requesting a court-appointed legal representation as an indigent, financially destitute defendant. Now, interesting. Isn't that interesting? And here's another thing that's weird about it. He submitted that. Now, you might have thought, hey, he submitted that before they did the GoFundMe, right? They did that before they did the GoFundMe. Wrong. They did it yesterday. Just 24 hours ago, the Anthony family updated their Give, Send, Go campaign to reflect a need to raise an additional $1.4 million for a legal team. Karmelo Anthony's mother, Kayla Hayes, who manages the Give, Send, Go, stated on April 17th, 2 months ago, that they had just gained access to the funds. At that time, they had already raised $350,000. Their current known attorney, Mike Howard, is more than likely charging a retainer fee of $10,000 to $30,000, which is not uncommon, and charges $400 to $500 an hour.
Yeah.
That's not uncommon. Is this considered fraud? Now, I'm not a lawyer, but here we have that you can see on this form, the date is 6/25/25. That was yesterday. Letter of representation. You see evident TFDA indigent package, attorney appointment eligible. So is the family going to keep? That seems awfully fraudulent. Now, I don't know that's what they're going to do. I can't know that's what they're going to do. But it seems to me like the court would want to know about this. The court would want to know that they have at least, as of right now, received $538,898. I bet you it's gone up since I pre-did this. It's now $539,000. They told the court that they're broke, but they raised $539,000, which is way more than they're going to need to defend this case. It's also on top of living in a wealthy, multi-million-dollar mansion, which, yes, people say they rented, but the rent in a place like that's $4,000 to $5,000 a month. I would venture to guess. They had enough money.
Yeah, they turning everybody off. All coming out, man.
Get the mom could be a stay-at-home mom, and the dad was the sole breadwinner, so he was making big money. It's very curious. And then you see, on the indigent package, here's the mom on the 17th saying they had already received $300,000.
We were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made.
I've confirmed that they got the money. So they already have that $300,000. Presumably, they have the next $250,000. So, did they blow $500,000 in 3 months? What did they spend it on?
Luxury cars.
They also had clarification. The Anthony family updated their Give, Send, Go campaign to reflect the need to raise additional money, bringing the goal to $1.4 million for a quote legal team.
They spent money on that disgraceful spokesman. I wouldn't have wasted a dime on that fella. That disgrace.
Now, people are asking Give, Send, Go to take away their fundraiser plan. I don't think Give, Send, Go is going to do that. I think the person they've defrauded is actually the court, not necessarily the people donating the money. However, the people that donating the money, well, I mean, are they not? To me, are they keeping that money? So are they keeping? So they've got $539,000. So they're getting several $1,000s a day still put in.
Simple as that.
Because this screenshot was yesterday at 536, and now it's at 539. So they're raising thousands of dollars.
People wasting money. There's still activists and black activists and BLM people still donating to this crap. I tell you, some of y'all won't even give money to your family that's struggling. Won't even help out, you know. But quick to give to a murderer or a killer. Y'all are a disgrace,
That's backwards.
Man. You know.
There's a day still. I mean, some of the comments. Jacob Wells, care to comment? This is from Give Send Go. You know, again, I don't know that Give Send Go is at fault here. You know, I would say the Karmelo Anthony family is. Owen Schroyer saying, wow. Not the B saying, if people are dumb enough to donate to this fund, let them. Where's the money? They should be denied. And the car and the house. I mean, very, very, very odd. These are, I mean, why would they, maybe a lawyer will tell me in the comments, like, hey, this is normal, even if you have the money. By the way, Austin Metcalf's dad, Jeff Metcalf, also posted to Facebook, indicted first degree, justice for Austin. There's also been a memorial made for Austin, it looks like. It says, I am pleased that we're moving forward with the first degree charge. I fully believe that justice will be served. I look forward to the forthcoming trial, but never bring my son back. You know, it's, I obviously think there's something fishy going on here. They have nearly 600 grand, and yet they told the court, again, yesterday, they told the court yesterday that they're broke. That does not seem right. I mean, I hope that this gets to the courthouse. Because it seems like, you know, here, Karmelo Anthony blew through $540K, and now they're asking for another milli. I don't know. I don't know why they're, you know, again, there's this original video of him being known for fighting.
One girl that we spoke with knew Anthony pretty well, that she says, and told us this.
I'm in shock because it's like, I wouldn't expect that from him. I only know him fighting and stuff, like, you know, but to take someone's life is just like...
So he was known for fighting. That's something that they haven't told you about. This is very, very odd. Did they blow through the 500 grand?
Yeah.
I don't know. They were living in a $900,000 house. We now know they were renting. They did have this car, but we all know he worked at a car dealership, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they owned it. He could have been a loaner, could have been a perk of working there, but, you know, this is, it seems fraudulent. I understand why people would think this is fraudulent. So we're going to have to wait and see if there's any backlash to this from the court or from Give, Send, Go. A lot of people are calling it fraud. Let me know. Fraud, let me know.
It is fraud.
You just can't make this up. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section. I'm ready to see the young man, you know. He played his cards. I'm ready to see the man held accountable, the young man held accountable. Accountability. That's what I'm waiting on. Handcuffs. Put a suit on him. And you're going to really have to see what it is to have self-defense in there. You'll really know what self-defense is. Yeah, so enjoy your little video games right now, and sitting at home. But I know he's sitting home thinking, man, I wish I really didn't just bring the knife to school. I wish I didn't bring a knife on school property.
No, I thought I gave the knife.
Maybe I wish I would have just used these two right here. Because these two can do some damage right here too. But nah, just a little wuss. Self-defense, lied to law enforcement, just a complete lie. People done seen the footage. You know, y'all hate accountability. They don't ever want to just do what's right. then we don't care about have any sympathy for the victim's family. We attack the family. So, justice for Austin Metcalf, man. We send our prayers, love, and condolences. More fraud is coming out. You know, more things are coming out about this case, and people are gonna be talking about it just like this. Look. Look. Look.
With lawyer fees and all that stuff costs.
Look, Blackie, look, I told you, everybody's calling this out. Now, I can't play this full clip because it has music and stuff playing in the background, but everybody's talking about this. And look, it says, Karmelo Anthony's parents blew over $500,000 on cars and a house, and now his supporters are pissed. And this has overlooked almost 4 million hits in 2 days. Hey, there it is. But let me know what y'all think. I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, you guys.